Hello YouTube and welcome to the latest video on the Discovery V8 engine rebuild.
So in the last videos you've seen us mess around with the engine, dismantle it, find out what's wrong with it and then fix it basically, cure all the problems with it. So we've now got the engine block back this morning from the machine shop. Everything's been cleaned down and so I've laid it all out for the purpose of this video. We're going to talk through what we've got, what the problem was, just a summary. You've already heard about what the problem was, and then talk through what we've done to fix everything, what new parts we've bought, and what bits we've left as well. So here it is in all its glory. We'll get into the detail now.
We're going to start with the oil pickup because this is what destroyed the engine and why we have entered into this massive engine rebuild. A previous owner had put too much sealant on this oil sump and the sealant had gone in here and blocked up all the gauze. This was causing low oil pressure. First thing the oil comes to is the oil pump. So as a precaution, we have replaced this with a brand new one, and obviously we've put in a new seal too.
So the whole reason this came apart was because of this knocking sound, and it turns out now, I thought it was a tappet initially, but it turns out it was a conrod knocking on the crankshaft. So it was the third one back. I think it was that one. It wasn't spun. The bearing wasn't spun, but it was very close to doing that. So this journal was knackered. You could run your thumb along it and there was quite a lip and it was very scored. So we bit the bullet and had the entire crankshaft reground. They took 10 thou off, both the mains and the big ends, checked it for straightness, polished it, and they've done a wonderful job at DY Engineering. They bought 10 thou oversize main bearings and we have bought 10 thou oversize big end bearings. They've all been plastic gauge checked in the block. And they're a perfect fit. The guys did a wonderful job. So new bearings throughout, and essentially a new crankshaft in terms of the wearing surfaces, and also the conrod bolts, only the conrod bolts, not the mains, are stretch bolts. So we've got an entirely new set there. I've been doing all my plastic gauging with the old ones, but this is the new set for the final assembly. The pistons have been found to be fine. We bought new piston rings. They're already fitted. They're ready to go on now. All three rings have been gapped and checked, and the cylinder bores have been honed, but we'll come to that later.
Here we have a genuine brand new Land Rover camshaft. We have replaced them with AE tappets, but we have been able to use the old push rods.
So onto the block. Although the conrod knocking was what brought to our attention that the engine was in trouble, when we took the heads off, we did actually find a bit of a mess in there, to be honest. The head gaskets were actually only on one side, but failing quite badly. The firing was completely missing, and there was quite a significant amount of damage, especially around this cylinder, to the deck face and to the cylinder head. So you've seen in the previous videos, I attempted to sand that, and it didn't work. So the block has been pressure tested to ensure there's no liner slip issues. I've used a feeler gauge at the bottom of every liner to ensure that all the liners are flush and tight against the shelf at the bottom of the block. We've had it skimmed, and I instructed the machine shop to take it down so that the liner was exposed, because prior to that the liner was lower than the deck surface. Now it's flush. So this block is a real good one. The camshaft bearings have been found to be able to reuse them basically, and I wasn't able to get the genuine thing which throws oil onto the timing chain, so I've stuck with those. The bottom, the mains have been in and out a few times to plastic gauge check the crankshaft. So the block is, aside from it not being a top hat block, it's as good as it can get really. There was no symptoms of any liner slip. We're certain the noise was the crankshaft, so I'm happy that can go back together. We've got brand new L-ring head gaskets. Both heads have been skimmed, the valves have been ground in, the combustion chamber has been deshrouded. The ports have been ported. The rockers and the rocker shafts have been dismantled and cleaned and reassembled with a new rocker shaft on each one. The rockers themselves were found to be in good condition. The rocker covers have been cleaned, nothing special there, and obviously there's a brand new set of stretch head bolts to assemble all that lot back together.
And finally, onto the timing chain set. We've got a genuine Land Rover cam sprocket, dyno gear chain, and a dyno gear crank sprocket, both of which were made in the USA. So we're happy that this is the best kit we could get for this. And obviously we'll use new gaskets and seals throughout the engine.
Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you're enjoying this video series. Tune in for the next exciting instalment where I'll put this lot together. I'm going to go and enjoy the most fun part of my hobby now. See you later.